think there's anything more irritating than being in your bed and tossing and turning and you can't fall asleep and you have like X amount of hours until you can get up, and like it's just super frustrating, irritating, all the things, right? I know, I've been there. And my sister, whose house I'm staying at right now, is currently there right now. So I thought, why not talk about some handy dandy sleeping tips that I use that help me get the best night's rest. So let's just get into it. First thing, so sleeping with the diffuser. The other day, she had her diffuser on here kick in. Like I was laying in the bed practically comatose because of how intense the lavender was. Like I could have fallen asleep right then and there and like been out for the count. So get a diffuser with lavender. It's super good. Sleeping in pitch black. Now, this is really important because you may even think like, oh, well, I just have like my alarm clock and it's just the light from that, or it's my fan and it has like a little light, like even this fan in here has got a little light, and I make sure to turn it away from me because our skin has like light, like photon receptors in it, and it can really start to disrupt like our sleep and wake cycles. So the more pitch black you can have your room, the better. Let's see here. Stop looking at your clock when you can't fall asleep. So when we continue to, oh, it's 2:30 or it's 5:30, whatever, it's like I only have X amount of minutes till I can get up. Again, you're like keeping your brain more active and awake. But even when you go to the restroom, like I make it a point to like when I'm at home to not look at my husband's clock, because then I'll start like doing that mental math, and then that just like gets you all out of any sort of sleepy, like, kind of like unconscious state that you would have been in had you not known what time of the night it was. So when you are showering, if you do shower before bed, which is super relaxing, everyone likes a hot shower, right? Just like rinse off the day's worries, right? But more, what am I saying? But a lot of us are not finishing with cold water. Now, it might be super uncomfortable, but honestly, girl, that might be just a little cold exposure you need to like boost your mood amongst other things. But specifically for sleep, we want the body's internal temperature to be cooled off, because if you take a hot shower and jump right into your bed, your body is going to spend that time trying to regulate itself and bring itself down to a cooler temperature. I don't know what that temperature is. You can look it up. But instead of actually like helping you fall asleep, like don't make it harder on your body than it already has to. For this same reason, except for digestive reasons, try not to eat at least 1 to 2 hours before sleeping. I was really guilty of this. Like I like to have like a little sweet treat, but then I realized that like my body is working to digest that food that I just ate. Not to mention like the glucose that has, that's now spiked and it's not going anywhere, like it's not metabolizing, as healthily as it could be. And so now it's just like being stored as fat, because we're just laying there instead of using our like legs to do squats and kind of like metabolize that glucose, so doing some sort of like deep stretching, whether that's like just a couple spots, really, if you can spend like 10 minutes stretching. But I don't even know if you're still watching this, but if you are, then maybe you will be up for the challenge to stretch your full body out for like 10-15 minutes, right? It could even be less than that, but you want to stretch at least 1 to 3 muscles with a tennis ball or a foam roller. Oh gosh, he's not a doctor, what am I saying? Ben Greenfield, he loves to do like biohacking and stuff. This is something that he does every night, and it really does make a difference. Like when I was being consistent with it, I was having like the best night's rest. So try it and let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, so we all should know this, but like taking melatonin at night. I take one from Target. It's literally just like their Up and Up brand. That stuff has me out like a light, like a light. Sometimes I actually have to break it in half, because if I take it too late in the night, I'll just be so groggy in the morning, and it's not a good look. So you want to take it like 30 minutes before you go to sleep. And I find that it gives you some weird dreams, because I think it helps you get into a REM cycle more easily, but it really does put you to sleep quite quickly. So if you're not going to be taking melatonin, because you don't want to become reliant on it, otherwise your body will stop making its own naturally, and we don't want that. We just want to give it like a little boost, right? But if you take something natural like the Force Factor Gold Elixir, oh my gosh, I'll put a little picture of that. When I tell you it's chef's kiss, it is so delicious. But here's a pro tip: drink it warm. On the instructions it says to like put it in a cold drink. Honey, we're doing like a hot toddy action, right? So it literally, when you're drinking it down, it's like it's giving your insides like a nice warm hug. It's helping you fall asleep. It's got adaptogens in it, and it's got turmeric, so it's gonna help with like internal inflammation, and like pain relief and all the things that turmeric is great for. But I specifically love it. It's supposed to be like a digestive blend, but also like a rest and recovery blend. So I definitely drink it on the days where I train legs. Yeah, on the days where I train legs pretty hard. And I just get the best night's rest of it. I put my mom onto it when she was visiting. She loves it too. I bought it for my sister, ordered it on Amazon, and it got here today. So we're about to go make that right now. And I'm really hoping that it'll help her get some sleep because she needs it. She's a hardworking mommy. She needs it. Okay, next tip. Another thing with like the drinks, some chamomile tea. Again, that's like super basic information. Don't wear tight clothes to sleep. Like, yes, I'm wearing this sweater on because I actually packed lighter than I usually do, and I forgot to bring like another like loose t-shirt to wear. My favorite shirt, ironically, is like this beer shirt that like I got for free, and I don't even drink beer, so. But when you know, you know. It's like a nice cotton, right? So nothing too tight. We don't want to be sleeping in yoga pants. Like, the kitty needs to breathe, okay? We need air and circulation. Thank you. I just put a sweater on for now, so you could open the door if you want. You could open the door. I'm just wearing a sweater. You've inspired me with your sleep issues, so I'm sharing some of my sleepy tips.
Oh, well, that's good, because I need some tips.
Yeah.
Errol.
I got you.
Oh.
Go on. Oh, you're sweet. Go on. Go on.
Okay, Errol.
Go on.
Come on, Errol.
Okay, so the next couple of tips are going to be like, again, things that we should already know, but like sometimes they're just, we need a reminder, right? So whatever number we're on, limiting your screen time. So don't be on your phone at least an hour before you go to bed. We want to like give ourselves time to like wind down. Why are we so like quick to just be like on our phones to the second we try to fall asleep, and then we wonder why we can't sleep because we've been staring at blue light all day, and then as soon as we wake up, we're right back on our phones. Like, just spend some time just being with your body. Like, I know you have a lot of issues just like being by yourself and hearing your own thoughts, but your thoughts are trying to tell you something. Like, no, we shouldn't be believing all of our thoughts, but like, if you have a problem with like just being by yourself, I need you to like address that, okay? I don't want that for you, okay? Okay, we're not using like the overhead light. We're doing real ambient lighting, okay? I love little Himalayan salt lamps like those. The red light is super calming for the skin, for the body, and just overall really, really great. You guys know I love red light therapy for like the internal benefits, but lighting like that, very calming on the body, and that's what we need when we're trying to go to sleep. And again, with the whole like lighting situation, don't have a TV in your room, okay? Like, TVs in your rooms, it's giving like Simpsons. It's giving like, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. I'll leave it. No, I'll just leave it there. Get the TV out of your room. Seriously, like, your room should be used for two things, okay? Sleeping and like the other thing, okay? And it starts to like train your brain and your body to know like, hey, okay, when I'm going into my bed, I'm going in there for one to two things, right? It's not, oh, I'm gonna have my dinner in there, or I'm gonna like check my emails, or I'm gonna like have a meeting, I'm gonna be on Zoom, or I'm gonna watch TV, I'm gonna do other things. No, two things, one or two things, okay? One or two. Okay, what's next? So if you are like a type A person, you like have all the thoughts all the time, like me, like a lot of the times I will make a list of things I need to do tomorrow, like that next day. So that way those ideas and thoughts are not just like constantly swirling in my mind. And then I'm like, oh, am I going to remember that? Like, try to remember it. I'm not going to. Write it down, okay? Write it down. So when you're laying down, you've closed your eyes, you're sleeping in a dark room, it's all great. I want you to breathe from your diaphragm, okay? From your belly. From your belly. It's relaxed, right? It's relaxed. Breathe from your belly. See how it naturally expands? I'm not breathing shallow from my chest. We spend so much of our day breathing so shallowly. It's a wonder, no wonder we are still alive, okay? When we breathe from here, like in our scalenes and stuff, it signals our brain like, oh gosh, something's going on. It's flight or fright. We need to dip out. Like, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to send calming signals, right? Like, ooh, girl, everything is okay. I can relax. We good here. We can relax, right? That's what we want. This is about like optimizing your sleep schedule. So if you have an Apple Watch, definitely start utilizing that. Even on your phone, like the alarm and like the bedtime and everything, start setting that. And when you are setting it, I want you to be super mindful of like REM cycles on average are about 90 minutes. It's really important that you're not setting your alarm where you're like going to be waking up in the middle of a REM cycle, because that can actually make you so much more tired. I'm telling you, I've lived it. Especially if you hit the snooze button and you keep hitting the snooze, you're going to get more and more tired. And I know you've experienced it. Don't you sit there and say that you haven't, because I know you have. It makes you more tired, so don't do it. We typically need between 7 and 8 hours of sleep. I'm sure you can find more research on more or less, but from the research that I've done and personally experienced, is about 7 to 8 hours is optimal. So set your alarms to be, to have that in mind. Count your REM cycles from like when you need to be up. Count in like 90-minute increments backwards to equal about 7 hours, or 7 hours and like 30 minutes, but it really shouldn't be any less than 7 hours. And then see how you feel every day. Okay, that's all the sleeping tips I have for you. I hope you get the best night's rest. Bye.